your host, Sean Myrie. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Support the platform. Well, recent news. You could call this celebrity news. Some people may not care, but giving you the news. Usher, famous R&B singer, has a whole bunch of accolades, Grammys, awards. Big R&B singer, better known as Usher Raymond or Buddy's Usher. Was a big R&B singer artist in the 90s and some of the 2000s. Well, he's came out in defense of Diddy. Well, Diddy was he was kind of Diddy's protege, if you want to call it. Diddy produced a lot of his earlier records. Diddy probably Puffy, Sean Combs, helped Usher with his career, right? So now Usher is defending Diddy, saying his legacy and how he's not, he supports him. So this makes me wonder, is Diddy coming out soon? Something we don't know. Or, like you defending Diddy is defending a woman abuser? Because there's evidence of Diddy being an abuser. So what are you defending? Right now, Usher, your career might be in jeopardy, whatever's left of your career, because first 50 is going to come out and talk about it, and you are putting yourself in the spotlight for negative comments coming at you, right, Usher? Usher, what are you doing? Let's see what you're saying. Usher interview. This is his most recent interview. And of course, they're going to spotlight this whole Diddy stuff. Usher, and so let's see. He talks about Diddy. Diddy. Usher talks about Puff Daddy. Let's see. They have a great relationship from a long time ago, right? They've been, you know, good friends. Probably one of Puffy's best friends. So it says Usher has expressed his respect for Sean Diddy. Of course, you got to respect him. Combs, despite the legal troubles he faces in recent interview with Forbes. So yesterday was Jay Z with GQ, and now it's Forbes, right? Interview with Forbes. Usher referred to Combs as the legacy and emphasizes he does not have any negative thing to say about him. Okay. Usher acknowledges Combs' contribution to the music and business, stating that many people benefited from his work. That's true. He also mentioned that Combs has been misrepresented, yeah, and that certain individuals are prosecuted without being recognized for their greatness. Who's he talking about? Usher comments highlight the ongoing debate about Combs' legacy and the impact he has had on the music industry. We know he has an impact on the music industry, on all of that, but all the other stuff right now is overshadowing Diddy. So, Usher, I don't know, maybe you're doing some other type of business, but you're going to be screwing up your legacy, Usher, because you're an R&B artist, and a lot of your music is kind of catering to women. Your music, Usher, is catering to women. For you to kind of, I know he's your friend and everything, but for you to kind of take sides and support Diddy, your future projects might be risky. I don't know about you, Usher. Your future projects might get hurt because you do sing music, right? You do sing, Usher, about women, and now you're supporting Diddy. I know that he's your friend, but I don't think you should be talking about certain things right now. I think he probably knows that Puffy's coming out. He wants to be in good. You know, he wants to be good with him. We understand you want to be good with him. We see that he took pictures with this guy a lot. He done a lot of music with Usher. I understand he's your great friend. We know he's a legacy. We know he has contributed to the culture and also contributed to abusing women. And you being the R&B singer, Usher, you are what are you doing? They're going to be looking into you then because you support a woman beater. Saying he's being prosecuted. He's already been prosecuted for prostitution and a whole bunch of other things. So this doesn't look good. Not for you, buddy. You might have to change up what you're saying, right? He's saying being recognized for his greatness. Okay, his greatness. People have recognized Puffy for his greatness. Yes, they have recognized him for his greatness. But now they're recognizing him for his nastiness. They're recognizing Puffy for all the dirt that he has done to women. So, as much as you want to say, oh, they should recognize him for his greatness, or whatever, people are more concerned with his dirty work, what he was doing, right? Right? All those parties, those private parties that Puffy was doing, a lot of nastiness. Still, nastiness is coming out about what he was doing, right, with other people. And he's not the only guilty one. That's what's bad about this whole situation with P. Diddy. This is before the Epstein stuff was really getting hot. But this is what's bad about the situation with P. Diddy. There's other people involved. And like the Epstein stuff, we're not going to hear about it. We're not going to hear about all the dirt, what's been going on for years. Because he had something called the, what? He had them sign something, NDAs, right? So Puffy's smart. He made them sign it, a legal agreement not to say anything, not no one could be exposed. So the law can't go against the law. So he got people there. He's smart enough to know that there. But Usher, R&B singer, star, right? He's your friend. I think you should be quiet about this whole thing. You done a Forbes interview speaking about this guy. Now you're gonna get 50 alerted. He's gonna talk about. He might bring you up in some type of shit. You get what I mean? He might start digging for you, Usher. Usher, why? Why are you talking? You're gonna make your career. Your career is already like you have a career. Whatever. You're older now. You want to make more money and you're talking about Puffy. Puffy, who's prosecuted for prostitution and abuse of women. Yes, we recognize him for what he brought to the culture. Yes, people recognize his greatness. He got the keys to the city of New York, but now we know the dirt, what he has done. So, what are you doing, Usher Raymond? Is it because you are in some type of dirt too? Are you trying to ease the media into something what you witnessed? There's been recently a confrontation with him and Bieber at a what kind of party was it? I forgot which awards, but there was a confrontation. They're saying, and it was real. Some people thought it was fake between him and Bieber. So Bieber, you could see that he's not in his right mind right now, kind of stressed. Bieber hasn't talked, but this argument, what was that argument over? Because there's, history, Puff Daddy and Bieber. So is Bieber telling Usher to speak? Or is the Oscars? So is Bieber, much respect, Prince, is Bieber telling Usher to speak up against Puffy? And that's why this campaign of him going on Forbes and doing a campaign for Puffy, because Puffy probably put some money in his account, Usher, or there'll be something for him. So I gotta give Usher this. Usher is so far the only one famous guy, who's important, the only one who's come forward supporting Puffy. So Puffy's probably coming out of jail. Sean Combs is probably coming out of prison soon. That's my bet. He's coming out soon. That's the only reason you got this guy talking, right? That's the only reason. It says Usher has expressed his respect for Sean Diddy Combs despite the legal troubles he faces. In recent interview with Forbes, Usher referred to Combs as a legacy. Okay, we know that, and emphasized that he does not have anything negative to say about him. Doesn't have nothing negative to say about him after he beat up Cassie. He nothing negative to say after he beat up Cassie. Think of this, man. I think some of these guys should stop talking, man. Because listen what he said. He says he does not have anything negative to say about him. Usher acknowledged Combs' contributions to the music business. We know that. Stating many people benefited from his work. Yes. So he's calling out other people. He's basically saying, other people, you benefited from Puffy. So why aren't you guys speaking up? It's like, a message there is saying, I benefited from him, so I'm going to speak up. Right? But he says he has nothing negative to say about him. So he believes beating up a woman, I'm not going to say, but Puffy was filmed or he's on camera beating up Cassie, right? She's guilty too. I believe she was involved in a lot of stuff, but he's on camera beating up Cassie. So you don't have anything negative to say about your friend. I know he's your friend, but nothing negative. So what? You support woman abuse? You support women getting abused because that is a negative thing, or you don't want to spotlight that. I understand, Usher. Understand he's your friend. I understand it. Believe me. I understand Puffy's your friend and you don't want to say anything negative about him. You say you have nothing negative to say about him, but he beat a woman. So you're not going to say nothing about that? I don't know who interviewed these guys. They need the right people to interview them and ask about the assault. Let's find out about that assault. What happened? What happened? What happened with that? Usher maybe wants to be in the spotlight. Usher clarifies his stance on Sean Diddy Combs. Also, he clarifies it. He better clarify it because people like me is going to bring you out, buddy. Usher discusses the stance on Sean Diddy Combs and revealed why he still has respect for him. The pair have worked together over the years and remain good friends. In spite of intense media scrutiny for those on disgraced music mogul is currently serving 50 months in prison sentence after being convicted of 2 prostitution related charges. But he's making sure he secures the bag, Usher, because Puffy still got money, right? So Usher talks about Sean Diddy Combs in a new interview. Usher clarified his stance on Diddy Combs in a recent interview with Forbes. The Enterprise Zone, the good singer, dished on his questions with Combs' senior writer Jabari Young, who conducted the interview. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. With Combs' Forbes senior writer. Wait a minute. With Combs' Forbes senior writer Jabari Young, who conducted the interview. Yeah, I'll get back to that. Ask Raymond, Usher's last name, the one-word thoughts on the certain important people in his life. When it came to Combs, the 47-year-old replied, "Legacy." When Young pushed for a stronger response, the nice and slow singer replied, "In many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for their greatness." He's talking about R. Kelly probably, and probably Cosby, greatness that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how it has been misrepresented. Man, you don't want people digging up, Usher. You don't want people digging up. You're an R&B singer. You're supposed to cater to women. You're supposed to cater to women, Usher. It's not good. The 47-year-old has known Combs since he was a teenager and has collaborated with him on several occasions, Raymond confessed that he viewed him as a mentor. I know that, man. Mentor who reminded him of a really, really hard teacher whom was able to learn from in real time. So did you learn the other stuff? Did you learn the nasty stuff, Usher? Now people are gonna listen to your lyrics real close, man. They're gonna listen to your lyrics real close. Further, Usher stated, I can't, with any sense of humility, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man has made for us as a black entrepreneur, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition culture and ideas into something that has tangible and became business. He also dished on why he used the word legacy early in the conversation. So many people benefited from what he created, and I acknowledge that, and that's why I see him as a legacy. R&B legend expressed that. Salute, salute, Jonathan Thompson. Fans expressed disappointment in the superstar singer's defense of the disgraced music mogul. One fan, while referring to one of Usher's biggest hit songs, wrote, Stockholm Syndrome. Your fans who you had, Usher, they're questioning you. Don't have a good feeling about Usher and Diddy's relationship. Yeah, people better start questioning it. I've been questioning it for a while. Or maybe he kind of groomed Usher in a way to be like him. Could that be it? Could that be the secret? He groomed him to kind of do similar stuff like he's his protege. You ever hear about Usher's relationships? The last one was a bad one. It was his hairdresser, was his baby mother. Kind of sounds like Puff Daddy Styles, right? It was a nasty relationship, but it kind of sounds like Puff Daddy Styles, sleeping with your whatever, your whatever the your worker. Puff Daddy done that with Cassie. Puff Daddy got Cassie, his artist. Right? He went with his artist. So Usher followed. Usher went with his what stylist and had a baby. Meek Mill should have a lot to tell us. Oh, Meek Mill, Meek Mill's a nasty one. Mm-mm. But Usher, you're screwing up your career. Well, whatever career is left of for you, you must have a lot of money. Puffy must be giving you the bag. Puffy must have said, I owe you like a $15 million. Hold it down for me when I come out. All right? Hold all this money. You hold this money down. All right? Cassie already got her money. The other 150's girl's not going to sue for any money. So guess what? Puffy's good with his money now. The 100 or what they said he was almost a billionaire. So Puffy is good with his money now. Uh, Cassie got her money. Puffy's girl, I mean 50's girl. That's why 50 got beef with you know, Diddy Combs was with him. You know, that's what is she's part of the case. So is what's Usher up to? Much respect, OG Kicks. What's Usher up to? He's doing a campaign for his friend right now, but it's a sacrifice for his career. So Puffy probably has some money for him. Probably saying, "Yo, talk good about me, man. When I come out, I'm gonna give you a bag." Yeah, he's gonna give Usher a big bag, man. What's really cooking? He's talking about him real good, a good relationship. So maybe Usher's handling some of Puffy's business. Well, we don't know. He's probably handling some of his business. Mace would be valuable, but he won't talk because Mace got paid. Everybody who got paid is not gonna talk. I noticed Mace normally you would think he would talk, but he's not talking because he's saying, you know what? I got some money and maybe I need some more money and I don't want to. Maybe he has witnessed certain things which he doesn't want to say anything about because it might kind of, maybe he has some dirt on him, Mace. I'm just saying, maybe Mace has some dirt too, being around Puffy. Because remember, if it wasn't for Puff, Mace wouldn't really have a career, right? Remember that. So Mace gotta, even if we don't like what he's doing, Puffy, Mace gotta kind of be quiet, right? Pizza hands for. Holy man, this is a big mess. All I know that someone like Usher, a R&B singer who caters to women, um, this will end their career. So you must be getting some money from Puffy or a position with Puff. Puff is probably going to come out maybe next year this time, right? Next year this time we'll see Puff come out. We don't know how he's gonna be accepted by the culture. You're not gonna see any interview by him for a long time. He's gonna be ghost. So we shall see. But Usher, man, Usher. I know he's your friend. I know he's your friend, but damn, I know legacy. His legacy's finished. He contributed stuff, but it's finished. His legacy. It's like Cosby. Cosby had a whole bunch of stuff going on. He must have been talking about Cosby and R. Kelly, because Cosby had a whole bunch of accolades. He was looked up to, right? After they found, and they're still talking about Cosby now. After they found out about that, his legacy is ruined. R. Kelly, big records. A lot of people love R. Kelly records, but his legacy is ruined. His contributions is ruined. Same thing with Cosby. So there's no difference with Puffy. Puffy's legacy is ruined. So what are you talking about? Stop campaigning for the man. He was caught on camera beating a woman, right? Even though that's not what he went to prison for, but he was caught on camera beating a woman. And you're basically saying there's nothing wrong, that he didn't do anything wrong or whatever. That's what you're saying, right? All those 90s artists are suspects like Fabulous. Yeah, because a big percentage of the bad boys or the bad boy camp, they're not talking. As much as people are talking about Puffy, they're not talking. I don't see Escape talking. You don't see Mace really saying anything. Who else? There's a couple of them. As much as they want to say people are exposing Puffy, there's a big percentage of them who are loyal. They're not saying anything about Puff. Makes you wonder, but they're holding out for money. But this one, in a GQ interview, he basically saying his legacy and what he contributed to the culture. So far he contributed, besides him producing and put his voice all over music, is providing parties and after parties with prostitutes. That's how they're gonna put it. That's his legacy. No different than Epstein. Epstein was doing financing for years and years, helping billionaires, even if it was some corrupt shit. And you know what they put when you look up Epstein? Sex. It's not good. They don't put up financier. They don't put up any of his accolades. They talk about Epstein bad. So Puffy is no different. Puffy is going. You're talking about legacy, Usher. His legacy's finished. They don't give a shit what he brought to the game. They don't care what he brought to the game. His legacy is beating a woman and prostituting girls or women. That's what his legacy is. Right? And right now, I'm going to do another episode. If you want to get into it, I can talk about it here. Is the whole thing with the Tupac and the Biggie is a shadow or a dark cloud, over Puffy's head. Because, like I said, and I will do a long episode on this, that I believe Puffy is involved in both of those individuals unaliving. There's people who've been starting to link it. but it's a big case. But I believe Puffy is behind the unaliving of those individuals, both of them, to cover his ass, right? And I hate to bring it up, but Nipsey Hussle too, maybe, because Nipsey, you know, was you know doing certain things where maybe Puffy didn't like, right? I'm just saying, I don't want to bring up Nipsey now, but you never know with Puffy. You never know, right? He is the real Suge Knight. What Suge Knight people were putting on Suge, it was really Puffy the whole time. It was never Suge fully. Puffy was he plays a good boy, but he's really a bad boy. Listen to his record label's name. He's really the bad boy. And Usher, this is what you're doing is a campaign. He said he didn't do well. Let me read what he said, because this is show you. And I know she's not innocent, but this is what he said. He said, well, he's saying he's defending Puffy, which is crazy shit. Good times make a dent, taking advantage of genuine strong deals. Okay, who gives a damn? But he was basically saying woman, right? Okay, let me read this one. When it comes to Combs, okay, 47-year-old known as Combs since he was a teenager, was his mentor. Okay, furthermore, Usher stated, I can't, with any sense of humility, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man has made for us as black enterprise. He's the worst person to even talk about. This Usher, come on, man. Black entrepreneurs, for us as business men, for us as people who transition culture and ideas into something that's tangible to become a business. Don't bring black men into this and other men, man. What are you trying to say? Just listen. The man, it's like saying Epstein's all right. He done all these business deals and helped so much white men or Jewish men. So we should just remember his legacy. He also dished on, he used the word legacy earlier in the conversation. So many people benefited from what he created. You mean someone gave and funded Puffy to create shit? That's what it meant. You must mean that, right, Usher? Legacy early in the conversation. So many people benefited from what he created, and I acknowledge that. And that's why I see him as a legacy in R&B, the R&B legend expressed. Not good for you, man. 50's coming for you, Usher. 50 is coming for you, Usher, man. Usher. Why you do this? Now you're waking up 50, man. He's not gonna have no mercy on you. He's gonna dig into you, Usher. Are you ready for that? Right? Bieber at the Oscars was arguing with you. You guys were getting into some type of situation, and what they were talking about is probably Puffy. Talking about Puff Daddy, arguing over that situation. That's what they're arguing about. And that's why he said in this Forbes interview he supports Puffy. So you support a woman beater. It's like saying I support R. Kelly. It's like saying I support Epstein. They didn't even catch Epstein beating anybody on camera. I'm not saying he didn't do terrible things, but Epstein's not even a woman beater. What we know. But Puffy's a woman beater. So you accept that. You're with that, Usher. You're with the men abusing women. Because that's what Puffy was doing. Abusing a woman on camera. Even though that's not what he went to prison for, it's for abuse in another way. Prostitution. So, you want to come out with new music, Usher? The next time you come on stage or you go to any public place, you might get booed off stage because of this. This is some stupid ish you are supporting. I know he's your man. I'll use that loosely. I know he's your man, and you're probably saying, my bank account is going low, low, low. You know what? I gotta do something. You know what? Let me talk about Puffy real good. If anybody questions me about Puffy, I'm gonna speak good about this guy. So Puffy will hear that. Puffy will say, "Yes, I got one. I got one. I got one." But one thing he's calling out other people who's benefiting, who has benefit from Puffy. You remember I was saying what happened to LeBron James, all these people who are going to the parties, all these celebrities, where are they? Where are they now? Where are all the people who are jumping up at the Puffy parties? Where are all the people who was praising Puffy, saying they're great friends with him? I gotta give Usher this. At least he came out to support his man, but all the rest, nothing to say about Puffy or Sean Combs. They are silent like a mouse, right? Don't you see how these guys are together? Look at them. Look at them. Great friends. Look at that. He knew him since he was a little kid. Like Bieber. Bieber looks kind of screwed up right now. Justin Timberlake, you seen him too? Does Puffy have any connections to Justin Timberlake? Because that man been drinking and driving more than one time. I think they captured him. It looks bad. It's going bad for these R&B artists, some of them. It's going bad. Bieber fighting at an Oscar party or some shit. Justin Timberlake. I think Puffy was involved with Justin Timberlake too. What did you guys do? Open your ass for Puffy? It makes me wonder. What did you guys do? Open your ass for Puffy? Must be. Puffy must have that on you. I seen a video with Bieber and Puffy. Kind of weird, yo, how he was around. Like I know he's a star, but around a little boy and stuff. And I know back in the days it was similar with Usher too. Like, you get what I mean? He went under the radar. Puffy been under the radar even though he's in the spotlight. Usher's mama should be ashamed of herself because of the exchange for fame. Makes me wonder about the mother too. When you dig people, you find out some stuff that maybe even Usher's mama could have been with Puffy. Could be that. We don't know. I could dig and find out, right? All of them Diddy boys crazy. Yeah. So my thing is, if you're going to, like, and I'm not saying you should do this, but if you're giving Puffy a pass because of what he put out there and his contributions, isn't that the same shit for Epstein? Because Epstein helped a whole bunch of billionaires. He was financing. So, do we overlook Epstein's crimes just because he's a financier and helped people? No. His legacy is destroyed. When you look up Epstein, he's looked up as a sexual predator or something. Now, Puff Daddy, same shit. Right? We know you're a record producer, we know all of that stuff, but he ain't finished with this. The real meat of the story, what's coming, is him being involved with Tupac's death and Biggie too. That's really the real thing. They're gonna put him back. He'll come out. Puffy's gonna come out soon. Puffy's going to come out, but when he comes out, he'll be fighting not to go back in. I guarantee, because there's so much things linked to him and this whole case, which even though it, he could fight it with his defense, but it kind of exposed how aggressive and how different he really is. So, in regards to Biggie, which I believe now, right, as an older person and studying the situation, Puffy, he was behind Tupac and Biggie shit, right? And then he got big. Then he got bigger than ever, right? So they try to put Jay-Z up into this. He's not into this. Or he covered his ass. But Usher, Usher, Usher. You want 50 to come after you. You want 50 to expose you. Because that's going to happen. Guarantee he's already doing memes. Guarantee 50's doing memes right now about Usher, man. He's doing some memes about Usher. All types of stuff he's doing. 50 ain't gonna rest and make this guy speak about Puffy like he's good. Yes, he's done a lot of stuff, but guess what else he's brought to the culture? Your so-called Puffy friend. Stealing from people, the artists, not paying them. You got Shine. Oh, I see what's going on. I'm linking this, people. You're down to earth. It just came to mind what's going on. Somebody else is doing a campaign. He's called Shine. Shine's in America doing all types of interviews. And guarantees talking about Puffy in some of these interviews. So some of them are going to go viral. It's just a lot of them are new and fresh. So Puffy needs somebody. He probably called, yo, you see that Shine guy? He's going all around America. I seen him on some platforms talking. He was on Mace and Cameron's platform talking. And he's going on other platforms, Shine. So he's going to be talking bad about me. Hey, Usher, I need this from you. Remember, you owe me one. Go on to Forbes. Talk good about me. And then the other platforms. Go on to those if you can. Not just Forbes. Go on to GQ like Jay-Z did and some other platforms. And start talking about me good. That's exactly what happened. Shine's on a campaign. When I see Shine, he's in America. That's Puffy's ex-artist, last best artist, I would say. He's in America traveling and talking on podcasts. So, Puffy needs somebody out there to speak. Ain't his sons. This is like his adopted son, Usher. So yes, and why are you bringing up black men? Like, I don't like that shit. Like, you need. Why are you bringing that shit up? Why are you bringing that up? What does that have to do with anything? That Puffy's a nasty guy. That's him. We already seen it. You want to come on his chest and a whole bunch of shit with male prostitutes and all that stuff. Like his legacy doesn't have any. I don't know what you want to call it a legacy because a lot of the artists he stole from, pimping them and shit, and then doing all this other crazy stuff. What legacy? What you want people to remember Puffy as now? Yo, you should be quiet, Usher. Be quiet. I don't know if this is to promote a new album or something. Usher makes it clear what he thinks of Sean Diddy Combs. The only thing I could give him, at least he's speaking up for his friend. That's the kind of, but it's still not good. But the rest of you, who was going to all the parties, benefiting from the parties, loving it, you guys are hypocrites, man. Definitely, he has no Puffy. Don't. Those are fake friends. It's the definition of fake friends, man. Fake ass friends. Terrible. Or what he's done to the culture. He made it worse for the culture. What he's done to the culture. I'm gonna read this over. Usher has expressed his respect for Sean Diddy Combs despite the legal troubles he faces in recent interview with Forbes. Usher referred to Combs as a legacy, okay, and emphasized that he does not have anything negative to say about him, right? Because he gave you a bag. He gave you a bag. So you have nothing negative to say about him. So I don't know the interviewer if they asked about the video of Cassie getting her ass beat in the hallway. Does no one have nothing to say about that? Don't have nothing to say about that, Usher? Usher, what do you think about Cassie getting dragged and beat in the hallway? He hasn't done anything wrong. Isn't that what you said, Usher? He hasn't done anything wrong. Usher contributions to music, okay, music, which he has robbed people. He made it bad for every black man, but guess what? Every black man doesn't do that, and I'm from Hollywood. Much respect, Wilbert Smith from Hollywood. So he said, my brother, he's made it bad for every. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't help that we got Cosby, right? Even though some of the accusations is bullshit, we know. And then you got R. Kelly, right? In the entertainment, because even white individuals, they got a lot of dirt themselves. Epstein and more. Weinstein, the list goes on. But black people already have a situation where you got to face discrimination already, right? So, and an uphill battle. They tried to bring down Jay-Z in this Epstein shit, right? So, you're from Hollywood, respect someone actually from the entertainment industry or around that black man. Yeah, it doesn't make it good. It doesn't. It's bad, man. It's very bad. So, even though this is a distraction, this is another media distraction from bigger stories like the war and other things. But this is gonna open a door. I'm telling you guys, remember that. I will bounce from this to another story because I know what this is. This is to distract and bounce onto something else now. It makes you wonder what is next? What are they cooking up? Because right now Donald Trump is embarrassed right now in America, and he let down his country. So now you got to have a couple media stories flood the internet. This one's going viral. This is the sacrifice for his career because he ain't going to be getting good vibes from ladies anymore. No, Usher, you're going to get a lot of negative backlash. So in response payment, Diddy's going to give you a bag. Diddy's probably saying, here's 10 million, right? That's for you being my friend and supporting me. He doesn't have enough money to give all of them, but he's gonna give Usher something. Because maybe Usher was threatening to talk to. We don't know. So now he's doing campaigns, and this is gonna be viral. The Jay-Z interview, like I said yesterday, is viral. Let me connect this to you guys so I don't want to forget this. Jay-Z doesn't go on any podcasts. He goes on GQ magazine, right? Big publication. Usher goes on Forbes, no podcasts, big publication. Just look on that pattern. That's all I gotta say. I'm waiting for Drake too. I'm waiting for Drake to go on one too. These guys are going on GQ and Forbes. See the pattern. For all these other content makers will find out all of a sudden. They're going on high end platforms to send their message out there. Yesterday, Jay-Z, besides talking about his family, he was talking about all the allegations linked with Puffy, how he was hurt, how he was angry, uncontrollable angry because of the linkage from Puffy's situation with him. Remember that? That was really big for that interview. He wanted to state clearly how angry he was, Jay-Z, about the link with Puffy. So Jay-Z made it clear there, right? Remember, they're accusing Jay-Z of the same shit and with Epstein. So now today, the day after, because Puffy's not out, GQ, a big figure, Usher goes on. I mean, not GQ, Forbes, similar style platform. And he's getting that interview. And he's talking about Puffy too. He could have said he doesn't want to talk about anything. He could have said, oh, no, I refuse to comment or stuff. But he made sure he said he didn't do anything bad in his eyes. And didn't we see a video of, did he not see the video of Puffy beating Cassie or kicking Cassie? Did he not see that? career, you don't care about your career because you must be that rich. Combs' legacy. His legacy is finished. He doesn't have any legacy anymore. His legacy is beating a woman and prostituting people. Right? His impact had on the music industry. His impact is gone because so much other people are talking about him too on top of it. And people are going to believe them even if they're lying. See, this is where the liar becomes attractive. I mean, people are attracted to the liar. Even Jaguar Wright is looking good in regards to Puffy. Jaguar Wright was jumping giddy when Puffy got locked up. Yes. She said, I proved, she proved it. Right? So, this is filling up the net. This is one of the distraction stories. The Jay-Z is a distraction story. It's about going to April. So, it's going springtime. There will be another distraction story coming out. It could be, they like to use hip hop a lot in urban culture to distract people. I noticed that they used that a lot. Nicki Minaj was, representing Trump. You see 50 Cent and hit that beef, what was going on. That kind of took up a lot of stuff. All these people going after 50. You got Puffy's trial and Puffy beefing, 50 beefing with Puffy, making documentaries and shit. But the Epstein file, right? I gotta be fair. No one's talking about that. I don't see no one coming out doing interviews against Epstein, or, you don't hear nobody talking about it anymore, really, right? So Epstein, he was a financier. Is his legacy going to be hurt? Yes, it's gone. Anything Epstein built up, is his legacy is destroyed because of his abuse, and he's been prosecuted. Right? So the same goes for Puffy. Right? The same goes for him. He's going to be, his legacy doesn't exist anymore. Puffy's legacy is thrown out the door. No one wants to hear about this man because all the stuff what he's done, people are going to question it. Everybody's going to question Puffy for all the stuff what he's ever done. And my research, which I will do another episode on this, he was involved with the Biggie and the Biggie, Smalls, and Tupac demise. He's the one. You couldn't have Biggie alive after Tupac's dead. He would have already been a suspect a long time ago, almost 30 years ago. So, I don't want to go, I'm going to save this for another episode, but I put a lot of the stuff together because I was a big fan of Tupac, and, I was around that era with Puffy, but I put a lot of this stuff together from other interviews, and it makes sense. People are trying to do it, but no one ever thought what's to come, what's going to come out. When Puffy comes out of prison, he'll be fighting to stay out of prison because that's what they want to get him for. They're going after Puffy for that. They're going after him for Tupac and Biggie. So, Usher, how much money is he giving you? How much money is Puffy putting in your pocket? I want to know. How much millions is this man giving him? Getting a lot of money, man, to do this because your career is finished. I could say it. I put money on it. Usher's career is finished. Or because you're going to get every single person who's a critic, right? Content maker like me, exposing it, talking about it. And guess what, brother? It doesn't look good for you. You're going to have to go back online and clarify what do you mean by you don't have nothing negative to say about him. You have nothing negative to say about Puffy. Of course, okay, we understand. You don't want to say nothing about him because he put money in your pocket. But be honest, or no one's asking you the question about him beating a woman caught on camera, and you have nothing negative to say about that. Puffy playing a good job behind bars, man. He's throwing out the dollars. He's really investing in his campaign, social media campaign, giving Usher money or promising Usher some dollars when he comes out. Going on Forbes to speak. He saw Jay-Z. Oh, Jay-Z was talking the other day. Oh, Lee. He was talking the other day, Usher. Yo, could you go on Forbes, please? Or do you have any interviews coming up? Do you have any interviews so you could kind of, talk good about me? Yeah, I do. Yes, yes, Combs. Yes, Sean. I got that. I got that. I got a couple interviews coming up, brother. So this is what Puff is saying. Make sure you talk about me good. Make sure you say it that I'm a legacy. Make sure you tell people that I contributed all this stuff because it seems like they forgot about me. Sometimes these guys who go to jail, aren't you, when you go to prison, shouldn't you be more smart, like learn and be more smart about it, right? Even with Tory's situation, be quiet, don't talk. It just gets you, like, I don't hear Puffy really talking too much. I'll give him that. He's putting it through other channels. But right now, 50's going to have, he's really going to bring it up. Now, Usher, you are a target for 50 jokes. You're definitely a target for 50, man. He's not gonna he's not gonna play with your ass. Well, oh, I shouldn't say that. That's something maybe Puffy was doing. But 50 ain't gonna play with you. Usher can't say anything negative about Sean Diddy. Yeah, Usher admits he has nothing negative to say about Sean Diddy. Usher calls Diddy a legacy figure, refusing negative comments. Oh, yeah, so you must be going through it, man. That money Puffy giving you that Puffy package must be nice. Usher on Sean Diddy Combs allegations. Let's see how long this is. Yeah. 17 hours ago. Does he go deep to talk about it? Does he go deep? Let's see. Usher speaking out about Sean Diddy Combs' influence. Oh my God, singer addressed the allegations against music mogul who's currently serving 50-month sentence for prostitution-related charges, emphasizing Combs' impact as a businessman. He's probably coming out of prison, like I said, soon. When asked about a play a word association game in a recent interview with Forbes Usher, born Usher Raymond, was asked what came to mind when he heard Combs' name. Legacy. Usher told, oh, so that's what happened. They were playing a game. So, legacy. Usher told the outlet, later adding, in many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and may not be recognized for their greatness. Who are you talking about? R. Kelly? Like I said, Cosby? That they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen. And so, just because his experience was good, it's all right. Because his experience was good with Puffy and got money. It's all right, people. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. This is Usher. He continued, I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with the sense of humility, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us. Don't bring up black entrepreneurs. There was people before Puffy. Stop that shit. For us as black as businessmen, for us as people who have transitioned our culture to ideas, throw his ass out. Stop doing this shit. He's a stain right now. I never liked Puffy, even from a long time ago. He done some whatever good collaborations, but I always seen that this guy was funny. Today, he still finds Combs' influence significant credit in him with being able to find ways to monetize culture and create something that was not just black or white, but was colorless. He was told by people behind the scenes to do what he's doing. That's who I see as the man, he explained, and that's why I choose to remember. Of course, you want to block out all the other shit, right? I put respect on his name because I realize what I've learned as a businessman before I even understood what business was, and came to result of seeing the incredible things that he was able to do and the way that he positioned himself. So didn't you get influenced by him with women too? He didn't get influenced by Puffy with the woman? Correct me if I'm wrong. Usher's comments come weeks after Combs' prison release dates was moved up to April 25th, 2028. It's 2026. So this is, I hit it on the dot, didn't I? Let me read this again. I hit it on the dot. Usher's comments come weeks after Combs' prison release date was moved up to April 25th, 2028 from his original April 2028 release date, according to the Federal Bureau of Prison Records. So, in 2 years, it's 2026. He's going to come out earlier, people. So, in 2 years, 2028, around this time, they're going to release, near this time, they're going to release Puffy. I think it's going to come next year. I'm calling it next year. 2026, maybe summertime, he'll be out. That's where I'm calling it. 2026, summertime, he's out. So this is, I hit it on the spot. This is definitely a campaign for his boy. That's not long. He's not spending a long time in prison. He's coming out before Tory Lanez. Previously, the 56-year-old dad, Quincy Combs. Wait, what's this? Dad, the kids, Quincy Combs, 34, Justin Combs, 32, Christian, King Combs, 27. That's how old he is. King Combs, 27. Chance Combs, 18. Twins. Okay, that's all his kids. I don't want to hear about that. Okay, this is what he is saying. Telling the judge overseeing his case. There's more to it. I'm going to give you guys some fight right here. I'm not. Okay, he's talking a whole bunch of shit. I don't want to hear about Puffy talking. 50 months in prison. That's why he's doing special things in prison. He's doing special things in prison. He's going to be out soon. It's 2026. Next year is 2027. He's not serving his whole time in prison. He's going to be coming out. If you look on it, that's around the time when, if it was to go to that time, that's the time when Trump should be almost finished. Yes, I have to put the pick up. Of course. Put the pick up. You've been watching. Gotta put the pick up. Or you're sick of seeing these two brothers.